Good evening, welcome back to the big blue block. It isn't that big, and it's soon to be not that blue. The Ottomans have declared war. We saw this coming good year out. They massed some cannons on our border, and they're there staring at Zeta as we speak. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, so before I forget anything else, let's get defensiveness on that, so if they're going to chew through my capital fort, at least they take a little bit of time to do so. Let us also reposition our fleet. I'm going to move you over to Istra so that if and when Zeta gets taken out in one shot by the 7,000 Ottoman cannons, my 4 cogs that I invested like 50 ducats into aren't immediately caught unawares. How about you folks? You guys should probably head north. I really need to spare you. I don't know if the Ottomans are around here, but they could just as easily get over here. They could be some hiding out in Krim or Theodoro. What do I know about their position? I know about the 7,000 there. I know they got 27 there. But they have so many more. So very many more. I fear the Ottomans. I fear them greatly. But we have allies on our side. We have Bosnia, well, as if to say Bosnia and Circassia are actually allies. But we have Georgia, Hungary and Wallachia, and I am certain they are willing to fight and die and lose land for me. Because there's no way in hell I'm giving up my own territory in this war. Not after everything Hungary's put me throughout the years. We already had to sell off Ragusa and this piece of garbage to keep ourselves alive. From now on it's time that Hungary and possibly Wallachia burn a bit for me. Poor Otto, says Kornak. No, the Ottomans are anything but poor. I'll tell you who is poor, Muscovy, who declined the call to arms on this. I don't think it's particularly worth trying to get that Muscovite alliance back because they are so heavily in debt that they wouldn't join any wars on my side anyway, either on my side or either offensively or defensively. It's a bit of a shame though. I built up all those favours. If they were to get their money back, then that would be a real problem. Is Jake in Crimea? Oh heavens, yes. In the last session, we really wanted to regain some agency because we were just strangled here. We couldn't even attack Serbia thanks to the guarantee by somebody who's currently at war with me. Bank that thought. We felt strangled here, so we best CB'd Circassia, who was only allied with Theodoro. Theodoro got auto-nommed. We subjugated the Circassians, and from there we slowly and painfully expanded up through these provinces. We're still coring some of it. It was hell and high water just to get the range on this. But it has opened up a new front in these awful wastes that nobody really seems to want. Unfortunately, Nagai has come out particularly strong. Crimea is falling to pieces. We may want to pick on them later. I think we have a claim on them. There we go. I laid a claim on Yidishkal. Yeah, but the Ottomans saw through my ploy and have followed me up here. They took Theodoro, they took these 2 provinces as well in the same or similar war, and then they consumed more of Crimea. They took Krim, which is the ultimate province of Crimea's. It's actually a really good area overall, and they've decided to throw in some pashas. I'll give them a pasha. Okay, well that's a nice thing to think about if I survive, but survive I must. Now, I only have 2 diplomats. And if I wanted to sell out against the Ottomans immediately, well, I'd be losing my own land. I need them to occupy lands of my allies before I can start considering that. But I have something resembling a plan here. Serbia is guaranteed by the Ottomans, allied with Wallachia, and I am warned by Hungary. 3 nations that would attack me for attacking Serbia are already involved in this war with me, so will not join in. There's an exception. That exception is Wallachia. If I end this war, Wallachia would join in on Serbia's side. I like that, and it's the best thing I've got going for me to come out of this strong. So, I can't make them a rival, sadly, which would speed up the whole fabricating a claim, but let's work on this. Clunk. Okay. This is a good time for free war taxes. I don't think war taxes are really that good, since I barely have much of an army. I'd still rather hold on to this for if I could get, say, justified wars when I pick on the hordes, or really anything else. Now, let's go. Muscovy was sitting on a mountain of debt, might get broken up. I sincerely doubt it. Muscovy might end up in a lot of debt, but he still has a lot of units. He has competitive technology, and he would certainly squish me. In fact, I really don't like how he's on the border just looking at me. Good thing he loves me. What if that love degrades? If I had a diplomat, I would send it over there to keep it high. Because 100, I think, is the cusp for making that happen. But I don't have a free diplomat. And I need to... Oh, Christ, they're already on Zeta. Hungary, Wallachia, if you could, please, you know, save my bacon. I think I can't run away far enough here. I am going to ask Muscovy for military access and then flee northwards, unless Lithuania is already granting it, which they are not. Jesus, Zeta is eating those cannons. Oh, but there's Hungary saving me with a 10-1. Good job. Carry on doing that. I'm going to bring you back. You'll be back in 2 days, and then I can send you up into Muscovy, and then you'll be back in 19 days, meaning I don't lose any spy network progress on Serbia. Okay, the Ottomans are gunning straight for Kakat. No, they seem to be gunning straight for Georgia. Maybe I don't need to run that far. Okay, I just have to rely on Hungary and Wallachia beating back the Ottomans, but hopefully not Hungary getting beaten up so badly that they're not able to defend me later on. Is the war goal Zeta? It has to be. It's the only claim they had on me. Which means it might be worth giving up Zeta, but I don't want to. I kind of wish I checked this, but could somebody check for me if possible? The Ottomans surely have a conquest mission tree around here. I suspect that in order to further their goals right now, they would need to take all of this, and that would give them more of this. But if anybody could shed a bit more details on that for me, that would be great. Regardless, giving up Zeta is probably a bad idea, right? It's where almost all my manpower comes from. It's a good mountainous capital province, and since I am eyeing up Serbian land anyway, it's probably not beneficial to me to give it up. Moving my capital is a different thing entirely, because my capital is far too undefended there. Not that it's much better defended here. The Ottomans have missions to take all of Bosnia and Serbia, plus large chunks of Hungary. Could I get a bit more detail on that? For example, when they take these provinces, what do they get claims on afterwards? Permanent claims, of course. Okay, good news. Muscovy has allowed us to flee like a coward northwards. And once my diplomat is back, I need to continue working on Serbia. Okay, this is good. Hungary is criminally overpowered against even nothing but the worst cannons in the game. But they'll save Zeta. Thankfully, since I have Mountains, Edict, and Traditions, the guns of Turban are no match for my capital. But I don't know, those Hungarians don't look that strong. Oh well, Godspeed. Now, Serbia. Give me that claim. Conquest of Serbia leads to conquest of Wallachia and conquest of Bosnia. Two separate missions. Oh, nice. Nice defense of Zeta. That's useful. I have a feeling that Ottomans are going to get some of that conquest of Wallachia pretty quickly. I think I'm going to need access through Lithuania and Poland here. They grant it, but I'm already over this. Yeesh. We're cool, right, Muscovy? Relatively cool. They won't give me that alliance because I'm currently at war. Where would my troops be most useful? Probably around here so I can deal with Serbia because I want to be in a position where I can declare war on them. Holy crivens, Hungary, you're getting smelted there. You brought in reinforcements, good for me, but you're... Ooh, 5-shock Hyundai. It's a shame your battle lines are shambles, but surely you can hold out against the Otto scum there. Oh, not when the Otto scum roll a 9 on the shock phase. Come on, Hungary. Don't leave it to Wallachia to save you. Jinx. The Ottomans are no joke at the start of the game. They only become a joke towards the very, very end of the game at that. Okay, I'm going to need further military access around here. I'm not sure it's worth banking onto my dip to this point. I should get access to Poland and Lithuania so I can freely move around here. Maybe Moldavia and Lithuania. Well, whatever the case, let's get what we can while we can. They like make some at war with the Ottomans, no doubt. So if I get that... Alright, yes, I'm working on cores. I already gave that up to the clergy. I considered moving my capital to Majar. I am still considering that capital movement. Puts it into a garbage trade node, though. Not that Ragusa is one of the best, but, well, Crimea is not much better either. I tune into a new Jake campaign as a Euro miner, and what a shocker, Jake's already at war with the Ottomans. Yeah, it's a bit of a... it's not a very consensual war, let's put it that way. Poland is a bit closer than Vilnius, but I don't want to drop my spy network on Serbia here. I want that claim as soon as I can, because that claim should open me up for other possibilities. Should. I mean, you never know, right? Hemorrhaging money on that, on this guy. 2.5 ducats, that's not very good. I'm gonna pull you and then get that Polish military access while I'm at it. This is going to hurt my mill power big time, but I think that's for the better for now. We're going to have 8 out of 4 relationships. But being able to move freely between these areas I think is very important for me for a wee while. Interesting. Ramazan's gunning down Georgia. That might get Georgia out of the war, but it might open up Georgia as somebody that I can sell out big time, and I want to sell him out big time. I'll send you back to Serbia as soon as I can, which is right now. I thought Jig was allied to Muscovy, not Hungary. I got both, but Muscovy betrayed me in this war. At least they're still friendly. Long may that continue to be the case. Whew. Interesting, they're actually pushing into Ottomans. I am not naive enough to think that this is us winning the war. It would take incredible naivety to think that. But it might pay off yet. I mean, my capital is untaken, which is good. Untaken. Incredible use of the English language. What a push. That might work against me, though. It means they might come around here. What is going on here? Oh yeah, Ottomans are there, and that's Georgia and Circassia occupying Ottoman soil. Damn, that might really make the Ottomans move up there. Alright, alright. I'm not in a position to pick on you just yet. But when I get that claim, I think I'm going to take the opportunity. If Wallachia is tied up in this war with me, as is Hungary, neither will get involved in this, and the call to arms for warnings and guarantees only trigger when you declare the war. They cannot be pulled in after the fact. I don't think it's worth getting that Muscovite alliance back, but it is worth keeping them friendly so they don't attack me. So let's make sure the feeling's mutual here, Sunshine. In fact, if they offered the alliance, I'd probably take it, because it's a good guarantee that they won't be coming to get me. Remember, they're on my border, and they have claims for a decade? Yeah, 1 decade. Bummer. Oh well. Fitkinemandi, as somebody on YouTube was wondering the meaning of. Just means what can a man do, but with a lot of Scottish twang to it. I think I can hang out pretty safely up in Zeps, because Hungary can't, Ottomans can't get up here, not without clawing through these Hungarian forts, which would probably be good for me. Again, I'm not naive enough to think that this is victory on our side, but let's take the war score for what it's worth. Unhappiness, you say? Let's abolish a tax, and then tax them for that. Sadly, it doesn't give enough, and I don't want to lose my prestige in case I need that down the line. But I would like that dosh back. If only I had decent provinces to give to the... to give to the tradey people. Actually, this one isn't so shabby. Because it deals in salt, and salt is worth decent money, but the truth is the clergy does better. It's just far better to give lands to the clergy because they pop up that income massively compared to the trade people, unless it was a place like Ragusa that has a natural harbour. None of these do for me. I'd need Cafe or Azov. Azov would be nice. Hey, maybe someday I can take on Genoa, right? But he's still under imperial protection and allied with both France and Ferrara. I'd throw a cursory claim on him if I had diplomats. I do not have diplomats. Jake, Ottomans in Crimea. Yeah, they'll do that. As long as they don't wipe out my army, we should be okay. Speaking of them wiping out armies, it seems that they've had enough of Wallachia and Hungary existing right here, and are going to blow them away. Wallachia losing their armies isn't too bad a thing, because if I do fight Serbia, there's a good chance Wallachia will join in. As in I finish up this war and they join on Serbia's side, but what can you do? Well, we lose Kaban. Oh my! Georgia's capital held out, so they'll hold on in the war, which is quite nice. And the game's even telling me to start conversion. Ha! I may have 36% religious unity, but I'm not that foolish. Gotta hand it to my allies. They're doing a great job, and I'm not helping them in the slightest. In fact, why am I even paying my units right now? That could come back to bite me pretty badly, but I would like to save a bit of dosh while I'm here. I'll even move to pest, so I'm not, I can't get sniped from here. Not that I think I would, but you never know with the AI. Family ties, diplopower, opinion with Circassia. How wonderful. I don't know what pleasantries can be had when we're at war with the strongest nation in the known world, but we found some. And also, who is calm? Ah, if I ever wanted to raise stability, which I don't because of that religious unity cost, then I could. Shadow Kingdom. Unsurprising, but the Italians have broke away. This could stir politics up quite a bit. You're still free cities, but I don't think that's going to last much longer. This opens up Italy as a possible expansion point for me, although I only really have Papal State and Naples who aren't affected by that. No CB could still be the best CB, but it does mean I could attack Genoa without imperial influence. French influence is a different matter entirely. Yeah, thankfully they're not dumb enough to go in for that attack. That's an interesting point of them holding off there. And hopefully the Ottomans don't occupy what I'm trying to get my cores on. I got Yanya back, good for you. Well, this delay works pretty well for me in that it lets me get that claim on Serbia without any time pressure. It seems that the Muscovites really did want those provinces. Damn. Okay. Still want that claim. Don't want Muscovy hating me. If they hate me, they're going to break that royal marriage for a -25. And maybe they'll want my provinces even more. That's not good. Like, that's the opposite of good. Get off of Teen. Alright, maybe a month or two and I can get a claim on Kosovo, and then I'm pulling out of the Serbian spy network. Oh, that's also awful news. Austria no longer hate Ottomans, they hate, I don't know, France more? Ottomans still hate Austria, so we got that going for us. Wonder what the Ottoman troops are doing, though. They sure aren't attacking over here. Big part of my plan was to have them occupy, I don't know, Dalmatia, Lika and Istra, and then just sell them out so that they'd be attached to Austria. And then maybe the Germans could fight them instead of us. But I don't know what the Ottomans are doing here. Well, I mean, the war score is staying in my favour, so we got that going for us. for what little that's worth. I can also state this place up, again, for what little it's worth. Well, the increased income's always something. Especially when I slam the clergy on here to make the most out of that dosh. Thank God there's an influence cap on them. And also, in 6 years I need to remember to demand their support. Hey, it's Timmy. I saw you playing Rants. It sure looked grindy. Do you still intend to do a full long play? Of course. I would lose all integrity if I simply threw away a long play because of things like grind. Then how could anybody have faith in the democracy of the channel? The truth is they would not. Alright, we managed to get the core on Teen. Teen I'm not so keen on making in full state because, you know, that assumes that I'm going to take on Genoa, Crimea and Ottomans and come out on top. Regardless, I'm going to do it. You know, I think it might actually be worth slamming down our good friend, the... wait, why do I get no tax at all here? I think I will slam down the... Oh, I can't do the burgers because there's no not enough development here. I forgot about that. And I'm not desperate enough to dev it up, so here you go, clergy, you lucky buggers. Just show me the money, please. Look at that. That already makes a sizable difference. And my force limit, I can puff my chest out a bit more. Which would be worth it if I didn't... Well, Bosnia's prime for the recruiting. And that would give me 14 on Serbia's 14. I could solo the buggers. I wouldn't even need any help. Especially if Bosnia helped me out here. But attacking around here whilst at war with the Ottomans would be so risky. The Ottomans could just come in through Serbia and kick my ass. They don't have access, but I'm confident they would get it. What's the relationship here anyway? Neutral. Where do the Ottomans get off being neutral to a country they have carpeted permanent claims on? Sometimes I just don't know. Jake, please do not confuse the chat. Today is Friday. Great to see a stream though. What confusing would even happen here? Things are cut and dry. Alright, next month I get my claim on you, and then it's time to repair the relations with Muscovy, hopefully before they start cutting off marriages. Rivalry and hostile nature cuts marriages. As in, the AI will consider cutting them. It doesn't automatically happen, not as far as I know. Alright, there we go. We are free to attack them as and when we please. And let's get some numbers on that. Ottomans, Wallachia and Hungary all cannot join in. It's not even that they don't want to, they cannot. I can't bring in Hungary though because of the whole fighting another war thing. Also, Hungary is malevolent, but promising land is enough to help out there. Still though, that won't work if I'm in this other war. A good idea would be to declare the war, then finish the Ottoman War, then call in Hungary, hopefully before Wallachia get involved, and Wallachia will get involved, and then I just kind of send Hungary at them. You said that Big Blue Bloc will be on Saturday. Yeah, originally there was going to be a party tonight, but the party got cancelled. Sorry, Leon, it looks like your party has been cancelled. That's how it goes in Resident Evil 2, of course. Now I could finish up this auto war, but the Ottomans would still demand that I give in to them. They want 4 provinces and my money, which is not going to happen. Now, if they could just get around to occupying, say, Dalmatia or Thames or any of these Wallachian provinces, it's done and dusted. I sell out my ally, no problem. Oh, I don't like you fighting Bosnia, by the way. That is bang out of order. Bosnia should be able to hold out there. It's only cannons. Cannons at the start of the game are weak sauce, especially to the shock phase. There we go, Bosnia have this won. My brilliant subject, of course, giving me the war participation. Because I'm the best. You can't do it, kid. Wasn't Hungary shown on both sides, the Serbian DOW? Yeah, of course, because they're both warning me and my ally. Of course they won't join in either side, but they would get the call to arms first from Serbia, but it wouldn't go out because they are already in a war on my side, and then I could call them in later on, but I can't do it right now because I'm currently in this other... Whoa, Christ, I was meant to be improving relations with... Fun times are ahead here. I need that back. They broke the royal marriage. Relations are down the toilet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hungary is the one participant whose troops I don't want lost in all of this. How do you form Soviet Union, mods? We're not going to form the Soviet Union, we're going to recreate it at its territorial height. We will stay as the tag Montenegro. Oh, this is promising. The Ottomans are gunning down Wallachia. If they start occupying Wallachian land, then I could sell out Wallachia, which would be pretty useful for me. That one province won't be enough. I would need them to take more. I don't really want them taking the fort. The fort will just make Ottomans considerably stronger. But I also don't want to leave Wallachia with a fort, because that would leave Wallachia considerably stronger. I bet they think they're making gains. They always do. No, I'm making gains. What the hell? That never happens. Okay, fair enough. Glad to see Bosnia's troops are in control there. The Ottomans took Yanya back. Off of me, no less. That's going to be taken back by that fort. Let's get our month's relationship back with the Muscovites. I can squeeze out another 31, which will just take me over 100. I need to stay there. Well, I need to get there as well. Damn it, I can't have the Muscovites hate me. They could declare war on me right now. Which is terrifying. No, they broke the alliance with me. We have a truce. Right, let's not sweat over that for a bit. Still, I don't want those relationships souring any further than they already have. So sour I could make vinegar out of those grapes. Let's bring you back just so I can eye up the situation. Only 2 diplomats is hell, especially since we came out of a campaign where we had 8 diplomats. Sell out Wallachia, then vassalize them in the Serbian War. I don't think vassalizing them is a particularly good move for me to make. It makes it harder for me to sell them out. Well, perhaps not, but it would make all my vassals more unruly, and I'm already working hard to keep Bosnia and Circassia in line. Especially when I'm so close to integrating Circassia. That said, it's not a terrible idea. If we can prolong the war, if we can prolong the burn for... was it 12 years or something? Then it might be a possibility. How much do you want that land? Not nearly enough, but we're getting there. I mean, I could sell off something useless like Bosnia's hum. And then I'd be pretty sweet. I can't end the war just yet, though. I need to declare war on you first, then sell you out. But that single loss won't be enough to turn off Wallachia from the war. I'll start worrying when anybody's war enthusiasm is at about 10 or lower. Before that, we're alright. So let's just focus on smoothing things out with the Rus.